Don't let their smooth skin and boundless energy fool you. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos are old enough to have 3 kids in their 20s. Married since 1996 after meeting on the set of All My Children, the Live with Kelly and Mark hosts didn't plan to start a family so early. They were both 26 when their eldest was born, but they're glad they did. We are so thrilled we did it young because now I'm like, imagine if our kids were little. Now, Ripa, 55, has said. For his part, Consuelos once told Ripa on her podcast, Let's Talk Off Camera with Kelly Ripa, that he wouldn't remarry in the tragic event they split because he's done having children. I don't want more kids. I'll be an older dad, he said. When Ripa responded that plenty of guys his age add to their brood, he replied, Those poor bastards have no idea. Because what happens next? You're talking about hip replacements, knee replacements, and they're gonna be that dad. Not there's anything wrong with that dad, he said. But I did it early. I didn't plan it that way. It just happened. And we got really lucky. That's what we did when we did it. Keep reading to learn more about Ripa and Consuelos' children, what they're up to now, and how they're each following in their famous parents' footsteps. How many biological kids do Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have? Ripa and Consuelos share 3 biological children. Their sons Michael Joseph Consuelos, born June 1997, and Joaquin Antonio Consuelos, born February 2003, and their daughter, Lola Grace Consuelos, born June 2001. Ripa, a morning show mainstay since 2001 when she first co-hosted Live alongside Regis Philbin, has been open over the years about her struggle to achieve work-life balance. I always feel like a failure, she said in 2015, when her kids were 18, 14, and 12. I don't know if I'll ever find balance. It's human nature. You're always thinking about what you're doing or not doing at that time. And sometimes one child needs more attention than the other, and that's just a part of life. When did Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have their first child? The Daytime Dynamos welcomed their first child, their son Michael, on June 2, 1997. At the time, Ripa and Consuelos were both 26 years old. They were born just a few months apart, Ripa in October 1970 and Consuelos in March 1971. Who are Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos' kids? Michael B. June 2, 1997, the eldest of Kelly and Mark's 3 children. Michael graduated from New York University, where he studied film, in 2020. I focused mainly on production and writing, but I also took acting classes, he told Smashing Interviews magazine. I've always really enjoyed telling stories and being in stories. While in college, he worked as a production assistant on a few episodes of the ABC sitcom The Goldbergs. But his buzziest role to date was arguably in front of the camera on the CW's Riverdale, in which he played a young version of his father's character, Hiram Lodge, in 2 episodes. The first aired in 2018 and the second in 2021. He also appeared in the 2022 Lifetime movie Let's Get Physical, which his parents co-produced alongside star Jenna Dewan. I've learned a lot from both of my parents on the producing side and on the acting side, he told Smashing Interviews. And yes, he recognizes that his upbringing was a bit, shall we say, unusual. I grew up basically on Live, he said. Even before that, I would go to All My Children, and I would sit in the makeup chair with my mom, and I'd watch her get her makeup done. I remember there was one story. I can't remember the episode, but I think my dad's character saves my mom from a burning building or something. I went into school, and I said, my dad rescued my mom from a fire last night. I just always accepted what they did. He continued. I knew that it wasn't particularly normal compared to most. It was just something I lived with. These days, when he's not auditioning, Michael keeps busy producing and writing, and not just screenplays, but also novels. He calls Stephen King his literary idol. In every aspect of my life now, I am helping stories be told, and that is the only thing I could ever see myself doing, he said. It's what I really enjoy. Lola B. June 16, 2001, the couple's only daughter. Lola attended NYU's Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music, where she studied music and production. In 2022, a year before she graduated, she released her debut single, Paranoia Silver Lining. I'm at this point in my life where I really just want to get the ball rolling, she told People at the time. I just turned 21. I have a lot of material to write about. As I've gotten older, I have a lot more life experience in terms of relationships and friendships. She followed that song up with a track called Divine Timing in 2023 and The Watcher in 2024, and is set to release her first EP, Sorry, It's All About Me, this year. The first single off that record, Lola, dropped on October 17th. On the personal front, Lola has been dating fellow NYU grad Cassius Kidston since 2023. The couple lives in London, where he's originally from and where Lola studied abroad while in college. I love London. New York's always gonna be my home, but London just has a charm. It's so beautiful, she said on an episode of Ripa's podcast, Let's Talk Off Camera. No matter where the up-and-coming musician is living, though, she can always count on her parents for support and wisdom. Recounting the best advice she ever received from her mother, Lola shared, "Years ago, you were like, I'm telling you, when you stop giving that flusterness attention, it will all fall into place," she said on Let's Talk Off Camera. And I stopped giving that thing in my head attention. And lo and behold, everything got into place. Joaquin B., February 24, 2003, the youngest of the three Consuelos kids. Joaquin graduated from the University of Michigan, where he played for the wrestling team and studied theater, in 2025. Although he didn't start out as an aspiring actor, he told the University of Michigan Athletic that his older brother inspired him to get into the family business. "We would make short movies and stuff on our phones. That's when I started any remote type of acting," he said. Then one day, when Michael couldn't make it to an audition, he encouraged his baby bro to go out for the role instead. "I didn't get the part, but I thought that I could really do acting," Joaquin shared. "I should actually look into doing this. That was the light bulb moment."